It's a most peculiar thing, isn't it, that we are alive at all? That there should be such a situation as you sitting there, breathing, looking, thinking. And yet, most of us behave as though life were a kind of preliminary round, a rehearsal for some grand performance that will come later. We go about our days with this odd seriousness, as if we must qualify, must prove ourselves worthy, must achieve some ultimate purpose. But here's the question: purpose for what? To arrive at where? And when you finally get there, what will you do? Of course, you look for another purpose, another mountain to climb, another summit to conquer. And so the game goes on and on. It's as if life were some sort of business contract. You tick the boxes: education, career, possessions, respectability. And when you've collected enough signatures on the dotted line, then perhaps you may cash in your existence for a sense of meaning. But in the meantime, the extraordinary miracle of simply being alive goes unnoticed. It never occurs to us that this right now is it. This very sensation of breathing in and out, the color of the room around you, the sound of a bird outside, this is what it's all about. And it is so plain, so obvious, so simple, that the meaning of being alive is simply being alive. But because it is simple, we overlook it. We insist on making it complicated, as though the universe owes us some grand explanation, when in fact the explanation is staring us in the face. You are here. One of the strangest assumptions in our culture is that the meaning of life must lie somewhere beyond life itself, that we are here in order to get somewhere else. And so, almost from the moment we can walk and talk, we are trained to treat existence as a kind of race. You must accomplish something. You must earn your keep. You must justify your being alive by piling up achievements, titles, possessions. And so we live with this peculiar sense that we are on probation, as though the world is constantly watching and waiting to see if we measure up. But what exactly is it we're supposed to measure up to? Some people say success. But success by whose standards? Others say respect, legacy, a name that will last for generations. And so people spend their lives running, climbing, striving, all in pursuit of an image in the mind, an image of what they ought to be, what others might applaud, what the history books may record. And while we are so busy chasing these phantoms, we miss what is right under our noses: the taste of the morning's coffee, the smile of our friends, the beauty of the evening sky. We are taught to dismiss these things as trivial, when in fact they are the whole show. The meaning of life is not hidden in the clouds, nor waiting at the end of a long road. It is here, now, in the astonishing fact that you are alive. To watch a leaf drift down from a tree, to feel the breeze touch your skin, to taste food on your tongue, to walk with the rhythm of your own two legs. These things appear ordinary, but only because you already have them. Suppose for a moment that you were a ghost, drifting without weight, without hands to hold, without eyes to see or ears to hear. What would you dream of? You would dream of having a body, of feeling raindrops on your face, of hearing music, of laughing with friends, of touching the earth with your feet. you would dream of the very things that you, right now, are taking for granted. And here you are already living that dream. You are experiencing precisely what a disembodied soul would give anything to taste, even for an instant. How strange, then, that we dismiss it, that we look at the miracle of being alive and call it ordinary, while chasing after little tokens and trophies, hoping they will make life meaningful. The simple truth is, life does not need a meaning beyond itself. Being alive is the meaning. And when you really see that, you find that every moment, however small, is radiant with wonder. The most difficult truth to face is the simplest. Everything we love will one day dissolve. No matter how much money you earn, how many titles you collect, how many people know your name, there will come a day when you take your last breath and everything you clung to will slip through your fingers like sand. Now, this is not meant to be morbid. Quite the opposite. For it is precisely the fleeting nature of life that makes it so unspeakably valuable. Imagine if you had an eternity of mornings. If every sunrise was guaranteed forever. If every friendship lasted endlessly. If every taste, every touch, every kiss could be repeated endlessly. Soon enough, it would all blur into monotony. It would be like listening to the same note, played forever, until even the music disappeared. But life is not like that. Life is music, but it is music because it ends. Every note arises and passes away, and it is the passing that makes the melody. So here you are, with only a handful of seasons. And because they are few, each one matters. Somewhere right now, someone is taking their last breath. And if they could, they would give anything, anything at all, for just one more walk in the sun, one more taste of water, one more chance to tell someone they love them. But you still have that chance. You have this extraordinary gift of being alive, this miracle of consciousness, this brief, astonishing dream of walking the earth. And the tragedy is not that life ends. The tragedy is only that we spend so much of it forgetting to live. So, now let the fact of impermanence wake you up. For when you see how fragile it is, you cannot help but fall in love with every fleeting moment. When you begin to see that simply being alive is the point, gratitude arises quite naturally. For everything becomes a reminder that you are here. Take your body, for instance. This extraordinary arrangement of bones and breath, muscles and senses. It lets you walk across the earth, taste the sweetness of fruit, hear the laughter of children, feel the warmth of another hand in yours. And yet, because it is so constant, we take it for granted. We only notice it when it falters. But the very fact that you can feel, that you can see, hear, touch, is already the most marvelous privilege. Even pain has its place, for without it, how would you grow? Without the sting of disappointment, you would never discover resilience. Without the ache of loss, you would never know the depth of love. Even those who wound you in their own strange way contribute to your becoming. And so give thanks to the difficulties too, because both are signs that you are alive. Both are currents in the same river of experience. You begin to see that life does not owe you anything extra. The gift has already been given to breathe, to be, to witness the unfolding of a world. And the most sensible response you can say over and over is, thank you. Once you begin to see life as a gift, the next question is whether you will trust it. For most of us live as if the universe were against us, as if existence were some kind of obstacle course to be conquered. We push, we resist, we fight with reality, as though life made a mistake in producing us. But consider, the same intelligence that makes the stars burn, the tides move, and the trees grow from seeds, is the very intelligence that beats your heart. You didn't invent yourself. You didn't design your eyes or decide to breathe. Something greater than you is doing this. You have to trust it. Because if you do not, you will spend your days in resistance, complaining, grasping, doubting, always waiting for things to be different than they are. And you will suffer, not because life is cruel, but because you refuse to let it carry you. Trust is a surrender. It is the recognition that you are part of something vast, and that the current knows where it's going, even when you do not. Some call this God, others call it the Tao, or simply the flow of existence. But whatever word you use, it is the same mystery, the same hand that has guided you through every trial and given you every joy. To trust it is to rest, to breathe, to say, yes, life, I am with you. And when you do, you find that the struggle dissolves. You are carried, and you realize you were never alone. When the final moment comes, you will not be thinking of bank accounts, titles, or how many people respected you. What will return are faces, the face of someone you loved, the laughter you shared with a friend, the animals you have, small things which were never small at all. At the edge of life, you see that what mattered was not the trophies you collected, but the moments you lived, the kindness you gave, the love you received. And so the irony is this: the things we spend our lives chasing fade into irrelevance at the very end, while the things we took for granted, a breath, a smile, a kiss, are revealed as priceless. The deathbed is not a punishment. It is simply the mirror held up to life, and it shows you what was always true, that the meaning was never at the finish line. It was here in every moment, all along. Those who died yesterday had plans for this morning. Those who died this morning had plans for tonight. And so it goes. In the blink of an eye, everything changes. Life is astonishingly fragile, and precisely because of that, it is infinitely precious. We imagine we have time to love more fully, time to forgive, time to finally notice the miracle of being alive. But the truth is, none of us know how many moments are left. So feel it all: the touch, the taste, the sound of laughter. Slow down, let it sink in, savor it. The sunlight spilling through the window. This may be the last time you see it. The breath moving in and out of your lungs. One day it will be your final breath. The people beside you. One day you will look for them, and they will not be there. And when your curtain falls, it won't be the cars, the titles, or the trophies you recall. It will be faces, voices, laughter, love. Moments so simple, yet so irreplaceable. So don't wait. Forgive now, love now, be alive now. Don't take life for granted. It is not a rehearsal. This is it, the whole performance, happening now, in this very moment.